Hi, my name is Eric Davis, and this is the deep dive on the fixed and free rotation and comfort and control. I think this video is probably one of the most important ones because it allows you to understand the concept of the fixed and free rotation and how it helps you. So I'm going to first start with the Grip 360 because it's probably the most clearest thing that can give the example. So let's just start with this. Here we are. We have the Grip 360 utility handle with the Davis connector, and here's the sleeve with the notch, and there is the detent for the notch. You pull the sleeve back and insert it into the first annular groove just before the connections, and there's your free rotation. And then you pull this, if you want, you can lock it into place to prevent it from being knocked out, just in case. Turn it back, push it in again, and now you're in fixed position right here. So let's just talk about fixed position in scraping. In a short stroke, you would probably do something like this. And for 100 of these strokes, it would get a little bit fatiguing. But if you're trying to attack from a different corner or angle, you have to move all of your pivot your upper body, or you have to pivot your whole body. So let's now see that with free rotation. So now I'm doing these strokes, and now I'm twisting my wrist, scratching from a different angle, and twisting my wrist. And you can see I don't have to put so much effort, and I'm going to get fewer calluses probably because I'm not torquing against my skin while I'm turning this thing. So I think that is a good enough explanation around a short stroke. On a long stroke, comfort and control, okay? So I'm going to put back into fixed position, and I'm going to do what you would normally do. You probably come through here and you want to, got some paint or something, and you scrape off this, and you do this long stroke, and you've got to do like, 100 of them, and you're trying to get it out. I don't know, it could be cement, it could be whatever it is. That repetitive motion right there is fine if you need to do 100, but if it's really caked on and you have to go like 1,000 strokes and you're just trying to really get it, and you get up to that point right up there, you're probably tired. And this of course is classic. You want to do that long stroke, but it's not going to twist and turn for you. You can twist and turn it, but look how far out of whack I have to get to twist it and come in, like at an angle like that. Now let's do it with free rotation. Now I can attack at that angle, but I can achieve that angle without having to torque my hand against the handle of grip. And then, for instance, I don't know, you might be on a ladder, or you might be someplace. You're trying to get way up there, and you need to just adjust your position for that little bit because too many repetitive strokes. So there you have it. We're alleviating a lot, and it becomes a lot more comfortable to do that. So that is the long stroke and the short stroke version. So as you know, with Davis Tool Systems, we have optimized it. Now I want to show you the 80 grit and the 120 grit on a 20 millimeter scraper. The reason you have fixed and free rotation at a high angle of attack like this is because it's got a larger base. On a smaller base, it's not going to do fixed and free rotation unless you're at a less of an angle. Let me just show that right here. So I'm in free rotation, and at a high angle of attack, it wants to just poke into the wood like that, right? I'm not getting, but yet I'm in free rotation. But when I'm at a lower angle and I'm sanding, I can get it to do what I'm saying. And it'd be just like anything. The smaller point you get, the less the possibility it's going to fix and free rotate. So that is a peculiarity about the ability to do fix and free rotation clearly. And then of course we have manual or power. And so the reason that we put sandpaper, and I use adhesive hook and loop, you can use blue tape and CA glue and your favorite sandpaper if you want, but I'm going to put it into the power tool. And here I've got the 80 grit, and I'll be in free rotation, and you may have just done all your scraping like that, but now you want to go back here and fix that, and you go like this. You know, and that's just on 4-speed right there, so it's not very aggressive. Come back over 120, and you're almost there, right? So pretty impressive with that. So now you can see we have the this is my rasp sander combo right here, and this is just a rasp scraper sander. I can put adhesive, I leave it blank on this side to put adhesive hook. And you know, we're considering maybe putting some rasp edges on this as well, maybe rounding it over or have round over. So we have different options. But if you wanted to rasp at the same time instead of sand on one end or both ends, you could maybe you want to knock off an edge like this. And here I'll show it on this edge right here. Actually, I'll show also comfort and control. I'll go into 90 degree right here, and I'm just going to go down and hit that, So you can see how effective rasping and eventually sanding and rounding over can be. Of course, we can have almost any grit, and we have some great carbide cut-saw sanders as well too, or rasp as well. So you can now see the advantages of a rasp, the sander, fixed or free rotation. Now let's just put the icing on the cake and show distal end control here. Okay, so this is the rasp sander combo. I invented also this slotted adapter so that I could get through the shutters. You've probably seen those. So in order to get it on quickly, you just have to find the bottom pin, and it should be the one facing this way close, the S-tang. Down into the pin, turn it up, and now you're in. And now I put it onto the damping handle all the way in. And I'm going to rasp this end right here. And I want to just show that comfort and control comes in many different versions. And in this case, I'm going to hold the handle inverted like this, and I'm going to be on the inline position, and I'm just going to hold it up like this, okay? So I'll go up to 5 with the speed on this one here, right there, and here we go. And now I'm going to sand it and just get it really back down to what I want. So, of course, depending on the job that you have, this is very effective in getting through the shutters, getting through slats, providing a distal end, frontal here, distal there, providing for a distal end damping handle is very interesting because it allows us to truly guide and take off the pressure of the power tool. Like here I can kind of at 5, I can now almost, I wouldn't say let go of the power tool, but I'll bring my fingers out and you'll see. There, I'm just barely holding on to both of them, but I'm just showing that, yes, there's vibrations from the reciprocating multi-tool, just like there are on all tools, and we want to be able to show that you don't want to do this for an hour. You want to do this for 15 minutes or the time that's necessary for you to get a portion of the work done. This is something you would pull out for those most difficult tasks, the ones that are the most annoying. But you're not going to want to work with any tool all day when you're reciprocating like that. Even a jackhammer, you're not supposed to use it all day. So that is comfort and control with the Tango 360 reciprocal multi-tool and the Grip 360 as well. So I hope this helps alleviate any future pain and suffering from any work that you might be doing. And of course, we appreciate your support. Thank you.